We'll start with Science 1, Topic 4. Another lengthy topic which has problems also. We'll start, effects of electric current. I had introduced you in the last this topic to you in the last period. Effects of electric current. First of all, we are going to study what are static charges. Static charges are the charges which are at rest, which never move. A body becomes positively or negatively charged due to transfer of negatively charged particles from one body to another. This is something called as static electricity. But here in this particular topic, this static electricity is possible by rubbing two things. Like for example, you can rub pieces of paper with plastic. You can rub your comb with small little pieces of paper, nylon with plastic and all that. They get stuck to each other for some time. It's because of the charges which are developed due to rubbing, and those charges are called as static charges. In this particular topic, we are not going to study static charges. We are going to study charges in motion, that is current. Okay. Now for example, to start what is current, we require a simple circuit diagram. Now what is a circuit? It's a path necessary for the flow of current, which consists of the following: a cell, a voltmeter, okay, a plug key, a ammeter, and a resistor. Plug key is the one due to which we can either make the current flow or stop the current flow. Like if the plug key is inserted, current flows. If the plug key is not inserted, current doesn't flow. Voltmeter measures potential difference, ammeter measures current, and resistor is a speed breaker, which is a controller of current. All these components together connected across an electric cell forms what is called as a electric circuit. So students, when the charge flows, concentrate here, let the charge flow from point A to point B. Work has to be done. The work done to move the charge from point A to point B is given by V into charge, potential difference across AB into charge. Now you may ask me, how is it? V is equal to W upon Q, students. Therefore W is equal to V into Q. The work is done by the charge to move from point A to point B. The formula for work done is VAB into Q. Now the question comes, how does the charge perform work? From where does it get that necessary energy to perform work? The necessary energy to move for the charge to move from A to B is provided by the cell, because AB is a resistor. It's a speed breaker which does not allow the charge to flow easily. Therefore, for the charge to flow across AB, work needs to be done, and to do that work, the cell supplies energy, because cell itself is a source of energy, ends the job. Okay? Now the charge performs work from point A to point B. Where does the work done go? Okay, to perform work, energy is supplied, but on performing work, where does the work done go? The work done comes out in the form of heat energy. So how does the work done come out in the form of heat energy? Electric power, concentrate now. The electric power is what? Basically, it is work upon time. Therefore, electric power is denoted by the letter P, which is WAB. WAB is what? VAB into Q divided by T. Therefore, P is equal to VAB into Q divided by T is rate of flow of charge, which is called as current. Q by T is charge upon time, and charge upon time is called as current. So power is what? VAB into I. P is equal to V into I. Now Power is work. I have already written here. WAB upon T. Therefore, work done cross multiply is equal to power multiplied by time. Where does the work done go? It is obtained in the form of heat energy, due to which the resistor also gets heated, is equal to P into T. What is P, students? VAB into I into T. Got that? So what is the expression for heat energy? It is VAB into I into T. Now from Ohm's law, we have V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R. ठीक है? Substitute V is equal to IR. Therefore, what is H? V is equal to IR. H is I square RT. Huh? Now, what is I again? What is I? V by R. So, it is V square by R square RT. That is V square T upon R. That is heat energy. Correct? I'll repeat what I said. For the flow of current, the components necessarily, basically required are ammeter, voltmeter, cell, key and a resistor. Okay, voltmeter provides potential difference, ammeter measures current, cell is a source of energy, a resistor is a controller of current or a speed breaker, and key indicates whether the current is flowing or not. As the charge moves from point A to point B, work needs to be done. Work formula is potential difference multiplied by charge. Now, where does the work done go? Who gives energy to supply to do work? The cell. The cell is a supplier of energy to perform work. Now, where does the work done go? It is obtained in the form of heat energy, due to which here the resistor gets heated. Power is work upon time. Power is V Q divided by T. Charge upon time is the definition of current. So, P is equal to V into I. Then now P is equal to what? Work upon time. Work is cross multiply PT. Where is the work done obtained? It is in the form of heat energy. P is VIT. Therefore, H is VIT, or from the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. I is equal to V by R. Substitute करत जायचं मुलांनो. If you know this ना, here you substitute V is equal to IR and here you substitute I is equal to V square by R square. Ends the job. That's it. Is it okay? Huh? Is it fine with you? Come on. We'll continue with the next part, and that is heating effect of electric current, students. Before that, I would like to put one more point here. Power is work upon time. Work is joule, time is second. This joule per second is called as watt. So, power, SI unit of power is what? SI unit of power is watt, which is nothing but joule per second. If you want it in more detail, you may ask me, teacher, power is VI, no? Power is VAB precisely into R. Voltage is, what is voltage? Formula joule per coulomb. Current is coulomb upon time. What is the SI unit of voltage or potential difference? It is joule per coulomb. Current is coulomb upon time. Joule upon coulomb upon second. So, joule per second is nothing but watt. That's it. This is the SI unit of power. Clear, students? Then we will start with heating effect. Students, electric bulb, electric heater, electric iron, electric, we'll put it like this, electric stove or induction coil, what you call, all of them, you know, they work on the principle of heating effect of electric current, meaning electrical energy is converted into heat energy. Electric, you will put a water boiler is there, electric cooker is there, there is electric bulb. All these appliances work on heating effect of electric current. where electrical energy is directly converted into heat energy. Next part, concentrate. Exactly how does heat energy be produced? Basically what happens, if you take a water boiler, if you take an electric cooker, if you take induction coil which you call, if you take electric cooker or water boiler, they consist of a typical coil. That coil is made up of an alloy. The name of that alloy is nichrome. Nickel, chromium, manganese and iron. So it's an alloy, a mixture of metals. Okay? So this nichrome, why nichrome only? Why is the coil of water boiler, cooker and all electric cooker is made up of nichrome coil? Because nichrome has very high resistivity. Now you may ask me, resistivity means? Resistivity means resistance per unit length per unit area. Nichrome coil has very high resistivity and therefore a large amount of current is consumed or comes out in the form of a wastage which is called heat energy. Because resistivity is high, it will create a huge opposition to the flow of current. Current or charge has to perform a lot of work, and that work done is obtained in the form of heat energy. Ends the job. Next, even students, if you look into electric bulb, in the electric bulb consists of a filament of wire. That filament of wire is made up of tungsten. Tungsten has a melting point. The tungsten is a metal whose melting point is 3400 degrees Celsius, and therefore when current passes through this tungsten coil of the electric bulb, it gets heated to a very high temperature and starts emitting light. It is partly heated also. Okay, therefore we don't use electric bulb, students. That is the thing here. Is it okay now? So this is what I would like to tell for today. We'll continue the remaining things in the next page. Bye.